Breaking news shakes the WNBA world. A'ja Wilson reacts with pure intensity. Caitlin Clark becomes the highest paid player ever, and the entire league is sent into chaos.
The Caitlin Clark stimulus package, also known as the newly agreed upon CBA deal. Make no mistake about it, folks. Every time the owners came to the table and said, fine, we'll increase the salary cap to this, you can thank Caitlin Clark. Every time the owner said, fine, we'll pay for your housing again, you can thank Caitlin Clark. Every time the owner said, shoot, we really don't want to come up off this 15% number, but you know what? We'll move a little bit. You can thank CC22.
A'ja Wilson didn't expect this, and neither did the people who believed the Caitlin Clark hype was just overblown, that it was all media talk, and that things would soon go back to normal. They thought the league already had real stars and would move on without all the attention around Clark. But none of them saw this coming. The WNBA has just approved the biggest collective bargaining agreement in the history of professional women's basketball.
A'ja Wilson and all her Glazers could give a big thank you to Caitlin Clark for her getting paid. Ever since the league came to an agreement, all we've been hearing about is how A'ja Wilson is about to sign this historic Supermax deal like she just did it all on her own. No, you could thank Caitlin Clark for revolutionizing the game so you could get paid. We don't care how many MVPs and championships A'ja won or how she was already known. It doesn't matter. She didn't change the dynamic of the league for the players that get paid like this.
The salary cap increased from $1.5 million to $7 million. The average salary jumped from about $120,000 to over $600,000. The minimum salary also went up to more than $300,000. This is real, life-changing money. The kind of pay players have been pushing for long before Caitlin Clark was even in high school, and Clark's own salary also changed, rising from $78,066 in 2025 to $530,000 in 2026. Now everything in the league feels like it has been shaken up.
For example, 2024 Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, who made $78,066 in 2025, is poised to see her salary jump to $530,000 in 2026. So this year, she is about to jump to that salary, okay? Now, the other jump, the new provision would also be applicable to younger stars such as Aaliyah Boston, who is max eligible in 2026, and Paige Beckers, who is max eligible in 2020.
What really happened is this. The WNBA and the Players Union spent 17 months negotiating a new deal that everyone expected was coming. The old CBA was outdated. It was built for a league still trying to survive, not one now breaking viewership records, selling out arenas again, and landing much bigger broadcast deals than anyone would have believed 5 years ago. And at the center of all this growth, where every important number and every executive conversation suddenly started changing, was one player.
The reason why they had the battery in the back that they had was because of Caitlin Clark's impact. All of the numbers and the metrics that the players could point to, do you see these ratings? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. Do you see this attendance? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. Do you see the social media impressions? Well, Caitlin Clark effect. This is called the Caitlin Clark stimulus package, and it will go down as...
So when the new CBA was finalized in March 2026, it included a rule they didn't officially name after any one player. It was called the EPIC provision, exceptional performance on initial contract. This rule creates a faster salary path for players who have a major impact on the league before their rookie contract ends. Caitlin Clark's name isn't written anywhere in it, but people around the league understand who it was designed with in mind. The EPIC provision is the WNBA's formal way of acknowledging, without saying it directly, that some players have a different level of impact and may need a different contract structure.
So this WNBA collective bargaining agreement will fast-track the ability for players on a rookie-scale contract to make maximum and supermax salaries, sources told ESPN. The new provision, called EPIC, exceptional performance on initial contract, allows players to renegotiate their 4-year salary and earn the standard max that that year if they were previously an all WNBA first team or second team, or the Supermax if they won the MVP.
Let's look at the numbers clearly. In 2025, Caitlin Clark, who helped push WNBA viewership past 1 million per game for the first time since 2008, filled arenas in cities that hadn't sold out in years, and boosted ratings wherever she played. Earned $78,066. That's around the salary of an entry-level office job, and far below what rookies make in the NBA, NFL, or MLB at the same time. She was breaking assist records, driving jersey sales, and bringing attention to women's basketball at a level the league had never seen before, yet her salary was still low enough that it wouldn't even cover a few months of living in a major city like Indianapolis. In simple terms, it wasn't a salary that matched her impact. It was a system hoping no one would question the gap. But people did the math. The sports world saw it clearly. And the new CBA is the league's way of finally acknowledging that reality.
So what has now happened is, because of the quote-unquote epic rule, I'm going to call it the Caitlin rule, because let's be real, she was the first person to have reached this. Whether it be it's Caitlin, Aaliyah, and Paige are all eligible. I'm just going to call it the Caitlin rule. Just like the old Rose rule in the NBA, we're going to call it the Caitlin rule. So ironically, if Caitlin goes and wins MVP this year, she's actually eligible for the Supermax in 2026.
In 2026, Caitlin Clark's salary rises to $530,000, a more than 500% increase and over 6 times what she made the year before. But even with that raise, it's still a massive gap compared to her real earning power. In 2025, she earned about $16.1 million total from basketball salary, endorsements, appearances, speaking deals, and major sponsors like Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, Wilson, and HYL. That made her one of the highest paid female athletes in the world. Her WNBA salary that year was less than 0.5% of her total income. So while the new pay increase is real and significant, it still doesn't come close to what she brings in value for broadcasts, sponsors, and sold-out arenas every time she plays on the road. In simple terms, the raise helps, but it still doesn't match her overall impact.
It's the way the team is structured. In order for this team to remain intact, Sophie would have to be willing to take a league minimum kind of deal, which is around $300,000. And I don't see that happening. Okay, and I believe also people are going to be shocked how much money Lexi Hull is about to be offered, because I think she's going to get offered $600,000 to $700,000 by somebody, and that is going to greatly complicate things.
But now the story stops being a celebration and starts becoming a roster problem. Clark's salary rising to $530,000 doesn't come from nowhere. It comes out of the WNBA salary cap, which is $7 million per team. That's the total money a team like the Indiana Fever has to build its entire roster. Starters, bench players, everyone included. With her new deal, Clark alone takes up over 7% of that cap, even before future extensions or new signings. And this is where things get difficult. When your franchise player finally gets paid closer to her value, and several other key players are also due for new contracts, the financial space gets tight very quickly. The result is simple: less flexibility for Indiana. It means building a strong, deep team becomes harder. The pressure on roster decisions gets heavier, and every contract matters more. This is what a salary cap squeeze looks like, and the Fever are about to feel it.